If I told you that in Chinese history there was an emperor who not only had the power to summon across space and time but also had the superpower of turning ferocious creatures into chickens, would you believe it? What's even more enviable is that this emperor lived a peaceful and content old age, unlike other emperors who were either overthrown by their descendants or met tragic ends with their dynasties crumbling. His beloved woman, his descendants, and his brothers who fought by his side stayed with him and protected him until the end of his life. This emperor was none other than Liu Xiu, known as Emperor Guangwu of Han, whose life was marked by incredible fortune. It was as though the entire universe favored him. Born in 5 BC in the palace of Qianlu Jun, the historical records state that when he was born, colorful clouds floated in the sky, and a red light filled the entire room. Thus, his father gave him the name Xiu, hoping he would live a life as brilliant as the red sun. Liu Xiu was of royal blood, but due to an imperial decree, his family's fortune gradually declined. By the time of his father's generation, the family could only maintain a small county office. Liu Xiu was content with this peaceful, carefree life, until the imperial court cut off their funding and left them struggling to make ends meet. This embittered his family. As a young man, Liu Xiu gazed at the distant palace and a strange thought passed through his mind. The Western Han Dynasty had been in decline since Emperor Yuan of Han, and by the time of Emperor Cheng, corruption ran rampant. The court was controlled by the Empress Dowager's relatives, and the Han Dynasty's fall was near. As disasters struck, people were starving, and rebellion was brewing. Liu Xiu eventually rose up in revolt, commanding an army in the Battle of Kunyang, where his fame began to grow. In one battle, Liu Xiu led his forces into fierce combat, only for a sudden storm to rain down rocks and heavy winds on the enemy, giving his army a decisive victory. Following more battles, his forces were forced to retreat when they were weakened. At one point, they encountered a kind restaurant owner who, seemingly aware of Liu Xiu's future as emperor, offered them a free meal. As Liu Xiu's army fled across the river, they found the water frozen, and only after everyone had safely crossed did the ice begin to melt. Liu Xiu's fortunes seemed guided by fate, and after gaining support, he eventually declared himself emperor in 25 AD, founding the Eastern Han Dynasty. Liu Xiu's success, however, often goes unnoticed in history, overshadowed by the grandeur of emperors like Liu Bang and Emperor Wu of Han. But despite his relatively low profile, Liu Xiu's reign marked a time of stability and rebuilding, creating a legacy that has lasted for over 2,000 years. His life is a testament to perseverance and brilliant strategy, and he stands as one of the few emperors regarded as a true model of leadership in Chinese history.